Good morning, friends. I want to talk about an aspect of my process of remote viewing. I just finished a session that involves automatic writing. I literally just got out of my session maybe 5 minutes ago. It's Saturday, June 15th, about 7:45 in the morning. And I'm not going to go through my session specifically and my data. I was working one of my personal monthly targets, every month. I sit down and I just task myself to look at what do I need to know for the upcoming month. And it's has been a pretty rewarding process. It's been conflicting over times, in terms of should I do this? Should I go through this process and look ahead? But today I want to talk about the actual experience that I had and the structure that I'm working within with my remote viewing. And I certainly welcome your feedback out there in the remote viewing community. And I'm reminded of my conversation with Angela Ford, where we talked about automatic writing and her experience of automatic writing, and her outlook, from what I gathered from the conversation, was that was part of her process. It didn't necessarily at the time fit within the structure of CRV, but it was part of her process and it worked. And she was able to gather data about it. And I found that when I do these personal sessions, I step into that flow of automatic writing. And it happens during more formal sessions as well. And I have to say that's one of my favorite experiences as a remote viewer, where the words are coming too fast for me to write, and I just have to quick record, otherwise I'm going to lose it. Information just flows through me. And I wonder if this is in part because I'm a writer. I've had a lot of wonderful conversations with different friends in the HRVG community, and they're very insightful in terms of thinking in pictures and the visual aspects of remote viewing target. And I think about if I think about remote viewing as a product that is presented to a client, that's presented to an audience, a lot of us love to see that visual piece, right? Myself included. I don't want to look at someone's words on a page. I want to see the pictures that they drew, because a picture's worth 1,000 words. I think we're a lot of ways we're visual creatures. It's stimulating and exciting. However, I love to listen to Edward read his information as it comes through. I love when Dick and Daz and Naeem go into those deep insights that they have as well. I'm not an artist. It's an area that I am working on as a remote viewer and trying to refine that. I'm getting away from my point here though. Um, I was using Flow this morning, Daz's method based on CRV. And as I'm going through my structure, really, this is one of those experiences where I did my first ideogram, and boom, all of a sudden, everything just starts coming through for me. I love that experience. It gives me a lot more trust in what I'm doing. There's times, one of the things I'm learning, um, sometimes I'll get into a session and it feels forced. It's hard to connect. And this just by watching other viewers do things. What I've started to do, and I didn't have to do it for this session, but what I've started to do is I'll draw an ideogram, and if there's nothing coming through, I'll still go through, my A, my B, my S2. But sometimes it feels forced, like I'm really searching, really trying hard to pull it. I just do another one, and I'll do another one, and I'll keep doing those ideograms, and sometimes it's like 3 to 5 until I get that flow. And once I feel that connection, I'm finding this is a new venture for me as I'm learning here and developing. Then I try to go on that thread, on that signal line, because um, it just can make for a rough session sometimes to try to power through those moments. And I've done that, and I get to stage three, and then I'll step into, and start connecting again. But I like the sessions where immediately from the ideogram, everything starts flowing to me. And that's what happened today. I'm not, I guess I'm not going to share my session just because it's private, but it's about 15 pages of data. And I'm looking, there's a couple small sketches. I did one page of stage four, and then 3 pages of stage five. But even my stage five is mostly just it's all writing beyond words, um, just paragraphs. And there's just something so rewarding about that experience for me. There's a feeling that comes through as I'm telling a story, and it's written in a way that to me sounds very philosophical. Sometimes it's abstract, but sometimes it's very specific. Um, I try to approach these personal targets in ways where um, I'm very mindful of AOLs. I'm very mindful of drawing conclusions. So again, I try to describe and not label or name, especially because if it's about my life, obviously it's a front-loaded target, but I try to treat it like a world event session where you may draw a conclusion, you put that aside, then you keep trying to break it down to the basics and describe the event. And the other piece to me is I'm very big, as an empath and as an intuitive, I do process the world through emotions. That is my primary lens is emotion. I've talked to other viewers. Again, their primary process is visual, is pictures. Emotions are my strength. Writing is my strongest form of communication. Um, and again, I'm not speaking on and as an authority. I'm not speaking on this is how it should be. I'm not trying to form a new process of remote viewing. My intent here is to just share my experience as I grow. 'Cause talking about this helps me to better understand. I'm too tired to journal right now. So talking about it helps me to better understand my process and then sometimes hearing feedback from all of you. So I just wanted to share that I had this wonderful experience with mostly just automatic writing that was coming through in my session. And I really enjoyed it. And at times I really felt that I was connected to something greater than myself. I had one or two of those moments, and that was a really neat thing. I had some emotions come through. So it was overall a very positive experience for me. Um, is the information accurate? Is it going to come true? I have a month or two to wait. Or sometimes it happens right away too. But as I look ahead in my own future, um, but the process was a fulfilling process for me, and I wanted to share that with all of you. And again, I'm curious, what are your experiences? What are your thoughts and feelings and opinions on automatic writing? I still stayed within the structure of flow, which is similar to the structure of CRV as well. It's just um, and I kept bringing myself back to it, but there's times where it's a page of writing. When I say a page, I have big sloppy handwriting. So when I actually type this out, it's like a paragraph. But it's a lot of writing, and I enjoyed that moment. So I wanted to just take a minute and record that experience here with all of you and get your thoughts. And really just put it out there and see what you guys think. And if you've had similar experiences, and that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my 2 cents here as my journey as a remote viewer continues as I keep on learning. This was a very enjoyable session. These are the sessions that I always hope for. You don't always get them, but I always hope for a session that feels like this when I walk out of it, when I'm done, put the pen down. So, all right, friends, I'm Dennis Nappy II, and thanks for watching.